I have always been an indecisive person. Well, have I? I don't really know. Anyways, when the time of picking a topic for this talk finally came, let me tell you, I was terrified. I had absolutely no idea of what I wanted to talk about, and I changed my topic every other day. I spent over 2 months trying to make up my mind, and the minute before it was due, I asked myself, Maca, why on earth are you so indecisive? And well, there I had my topic. It was something I could talk about for hours and hours, and believe me, I had personal experience with the subject. And if I'm being 100% honest, I'm still not sure if I like my topic that much, but it's far too late for that. Okay, enough about me. I want to know if you consider yourselves as indecisive persons. Raise your hand if you usually have trouble with making decisions. Well, if you doubted the question for more than 5 seconds, I'm sorry to inform you this, but you may be an indecisive person. And this is okay. If you look in the dictionary for the definition of indecisiveness, you will find out that it is a person that can't make up his or her mind or make decisions. And this is normal. We all have trouble sometimes with making decisions. It just means we're putting careful consideration into our choices and that we really want to choose the most thoughtful option. But like everything in life, all excesses are bad. So the problem comes when you repeatedly have trouble with making small decisions, because that may indicate some bigger issue is going on. For example, some people have a rough time with choice making because they don't trust themselves that much. Maybe they lack confidence in themselves or in their intelligence or intuition in the decision-making area. Another common reason is if you are too much of a perfectionist and the idea of making the wrong decision petrifies you. Or maybe none of these reasons apply, and you just have a hard time because you can't accept that you have to be responsible for your choices. So you just procrastinate the fact that you have a decision to make. Have you ever wondered why you spent days, weeks, or even months trying to make a decision, and you analyze every single aspect of it, big or small? Why is it so hard? We think of this decision as if life depended on it, when it really doesn't. So why are we so afraid of making the wrong decision? You know, we will never know if our life choices were the right ones. We can't time travel to know that, and that element of surprise should excite us, not freak us out. We never know where a choice will lead us to, and that should be exciting, not nerve-wracking. At the end, what we considered was the wrong choice may actually be the best one we could have ever chosen. Sometimes we should really let things flow the natural course of life and accept the fact that we can't control everything around us. And yes, sometimes this will lead to having some rather unfortunate experiences, but sometimes it will lead to an amazing experience or a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But I know a pep talk is not enough to convince you to do something as big as stepping out of your comfort zone. And I really want to emphasize the idea that making mistakes can lead to amazing things. So here I have some examples of people who made the most out of their mistakes, and at the end, they created something amazing. For example, there is Alexander Fleming, who discovered penicillin. Okay, so he found out that he hadn't cleaned his petri dish properly, and a weird type of fungus had grown in it. Later, he found out that this specific type of fungi had eaten all the bacteria that was left from the experiment. And this fungus was called penicillin, and he found out that it could be used to cure many diseases that were once considered incurable. So, what a discovery! Another accidental inventions are Zumba, the chocolate chip cookie, or the potato chips. And I give these examples to let you know that the people who invented these things were probably terrified while they were doing it, or maybe they were scared of the consequences their choice would have. They were for sure just as scared as you are when you need to make an important decision. Okay, so I invite you to follow the example of these creative innovators who had the courage to make the most out of their choices. I also invite you to stop being afraid of making mistakes, as we never know whether they will work out for our best. It is our time to leave regret aside. After all, we can't do anything about it. Instead, let's use the choices we made and make the most out of them. In the end, they might work for our best. To finish my talk, I would like to introduce you to a word that really made an impact on me while investigating for this talk. The word is serendipity, and according to the Oxford Dictionary, it means the occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. Let's start using this word in our daily vocabulary, and before making an important decision, let's say to ourselves, this might be for the best. Challenge yourself, make tough decisions, and most importantly, make the most out of every single one you make. Thank you very much.